Hey guys, it's Jean-Claude, and we have another deck opening for a patron. We're going to have that for another couple days. This one's going to Keith Philliben, and good luck to you. See what houses you have here. Oh, there we go. Gonna get it. Looks like a yellow Archon. And the first house, Sanctum, Dis, and the last house, Mars. So you have a deck that has both houses that are leaving us next month. Quitzo, Duchess of the Digital Front. It says the arms out wide, kind of like the Archon from a Worlds Collide deck we had seen. Pretty cool. It's also holding two of the balls, but doesn't seem to be levitating any, and that is some crazy wild either hair or tentacles, whatever you want to say, coming out of that. Up top at the head, that's pretty neat. Oh, we have tentacles down below as well. Alright, let's see what we have inside. Alright. First house is Sanctum, and it's Sanctum Guardian. 6 power, 1 armor, taunt. Fight Reap, swap Sanctum Guardian with another friendly creature in your battle line. So depending on what's in here, it might be neat to move some things around, hopefully then protecting some other creatures that you had to play at a later turn. Potion of Invulnerability, it's an artifact, and whenever you play it. Omni, sacrifice it for the remainder of the turn. Each friendly creature cannot be dealt damage. Pretty good for controlling the board. Oh, Hadroth's Wall. Artifact, each friendly flank creature gets +2 power. Very nice. Gorm of Om, it's an artifact. Omni, sacrifice it, destroy an artifact. Free Markets, gain 1 amber to a maximum of 6 for each house represented among cards in play except for Sanctum. This card is an easy 3 amber, sometimes it's more. Such a fantastic card. Hope you get 2 of them. Oh, not a second one, but you do have Doorstep to Heaven. Amber whenever you play it. Each player with 6 or more amber is reduced to 5. This can be great against some of those rush decks. Oh, Ambassador of the Dis variety. 1 power, elusive. Fight Reap. You may play or use a discard this turn. That's pretty good, especially if you can protect it with a taunt. Like being able to play additional cards each turn. That's a fantastic effect in Keyforge. Barrister Joya, 5 power, 1 armor. Enemy creatures cannot reap. Very nice. Protect the Weak. It's an upgrade. And whenever you play it, this creature gets +1 armor and gains taunt. And a second Protect the Weak. Maruk the Marked, 5 power, 1 armor. After Maruk the Marked prevents damage with its armor, capture 1 amber for each damage just prevented. Okay, that's actually a pretty good target already for those 2 Protect the Weaks. Giving Maruk a little bit more armor does help him capture more of your opponent's amber. Bordan the Redeemed, 3 power, elusive. Action, capture 2 amber. Now we're on to Mars. It's Yixilix Plague Master, 3 power, fight Reap. Deal 3 damage to each human creature. Oh no. This damage cannot be prevented by armor. Oh man, okay, so this is a pretty cool effect, but I'm pretty sure every single Sanctum creature we just had would have been a human. I'm not going to check every one of them. Okay, at least Sanctum Guardian is not. That is a Night Spirit. But I'm pretty sure the others are humans. They looked pretty humanoid. So be careful if you use this card in conjunction with your Sanctum. Entropic Manipulator, and whenever you play it, choose a player. You may redistribute the damage on the creatures that player controls among that player's creatures. Okay, that's pretty cool. This allows you to transfer damage counters across all of your opponent's creatures. Might want to do it against yours. It would be very situational if you want to use it against yours, but to be able to move your opponent's damage counters around and get around things like Shadow Self or Taunt creatures is a pretty neat effect. Stormcrawler, 6 power, 1 armor. Only deals 1 damage when fighting. After an enemy creature reaps, you stun it. It's nice we already have creatures in 2 houses that are affecting our opponent's reaping. Red Planet Raygun, it's an upgrade, and whenever you play it, this creature gains Reap. Choose a creature, deal 1 damage to that creature for each Mars creature in play. A common mistake I see people make with this card is they don't realize it's for each Mars creature, so that includes both yours and your opponent's. Philoxum Spike, 1 amber whenever you play it. If there are no friendly creatures in play, destroy each creature not on a flank. Zizizik Shockworm, 3 power, 1 armor. After an enemy creature reaps, stun it. Okay, and third card that affects your opponent's reaping. Yixlix Dominator, 9 power, 1 armor, taunt, enters play stunned. Xanthix Harvester, 3 power, cannot be used while it has a non-Mars neighbor. Reap, gain an amber, put that next to that Dominator. Tixel Beambuckler, 4 power, 1 armor. Play, deal 2 damage to a creature and move it to either flank of its controller's battle line. Mother Gun, it's an artifact. Action, reveal any number of Mars cards from your hand. Deal damage to a creature equal to the number of Mars cards revealed this way. And a Mind Warper, 2 power, elusive. Action, choose an enemy creature. It captures 1 from its own side. Good amber control. Mars needs amber. Amber whenever you play it. Each damaged enemy non-Mars creature captures 1 amber from their own side. This is a great combo with that Entropic Manipulator. Very interesting. I've only seen this card one other time in someone else's deck, but these two in conjunction with one another, that could do some pretty amazing things. That's a lot of amber you can steal from your opponent, essentially. I know it's being captured, but you're taking away from them. You're hoping to eventually take care of their board at some point. Soul Keeper. It's an upgrade. Amber whenever you play it. This creature gains Destroy. Destroy the most powerful enemy creature. Silver Key Imp. 2 power elusive. Players cannot forge their second key. Be very careful with this card. Hopefully you're the one that can forge your second key first, then drop this down, slowing down your opponent. Poltergeist. Amber whenever you play it. You use an artifact controlled by any players. If it were yours, destroy that artifact. So good. Unlocked Gateway Omega. So once you play this card, it ends your turn. Play, destroy each creature. With Worlds Collide coming out next month, these big board wipes, these unconditional board wipes, are going to be so important. So much of the new set revolves around players putting amber onto their own creatures. Don't be surprised if board wipes become a very big requirement people start looking for when it comes to the bigger tournaments, whether it's Vault Warrior or the Vault Tours. And you have 2 of them. Okay, hold on. 2 is good. Do not let us see a third. I've been avoiding the jinx lately. Come on, just 2. Very nice. Strek, 2 power elusive. While Strek is not on the flank, your opponent refills their hand to 1 less card during their draw card step. Schuler, 5 power. If your opponent has 4 more amber, you get to steal 1. And a second Schuler, very nice. Misery Exploit, gain 1 amber for each damaged enemy creature. Okay, that goes really well with that Entropic Manipulator as well. Not only can you now capture a bunch of amber from your opponents, but now you have a big amber gain as well. It's a pretty neat combination of cards there. Lash or Broken Dreams, it's an artifact action. Keys cost +3 amber during your opponent's next turn. Great card. Binding Irons, your opponent gains 3 chains. And the last card of the deck is Banish. 1 amber whenever you play it. Put an enemy creature into your opponent's archives. Alright, let's check this out. There was quite a bit of amber control inside of this. Thought there was a decent amount of amber as well. We're going to pull up the amber, as always, to start this deck out. Examine that portion. Just see how much amber you're going to get just by playing a game of Keyforge, drawing some cards, not even having to reap with your creatures. Just how much are you getting just cycling through your deck one time? Okay, it looks like a decent number here. So we have 1. Remember, this is always 3, so 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11, 12. I have a feeling it's going to be more than that, but we're just going to call it 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. I'm going to go 2 on this. 19. Okay, 19. Great amber number. Let's check out the amber control now. I said it looked like it was a pretty good number as we first went through this. Mars needs ambers helping out there. Those 2 Schulers are excellent. Lash of Broken Dreams, of course. Silver Camp will put it up with it, but we're not going to actually count it as amber control because it's questionable a lot of times. The Shockworm, the Stormcrawler, once again, we're going to put them up just so we can take a mental note of them. Might not necessarily actually count as amber control, though. Same with like the Joya. I mean, these are things that really slow down your opponent. These 3 cards right here. But they're not necessarily always amber control. If your opponent just has a rush deck where they're not necessarily reaping and they're just getting a lot of amber pips from the cards, these guys aren't going to really help out too much. But at the same time, these guys are pretty good because they do stick around on the board. Your opponent's typically going to have to get some amber from reaping, and these guys stopping it is pretty nice. So for true amber control, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Wow! 8, and we didn't even count these 3. That's an awesome amount of amber control. I like that. I also love the fact that it has bigger answers to amber. The Doorstep, the Mars needs amber. That is pretty good. The Lash. Wow. Great amber control. Let's check out the creatures now. Pretty sure we had a decent creature count in here. Then again, I just passed a whole pile of actions. Anything to prove me wrong, right? Is it the Jinx? Is that what it is? Okay, so, gosh, tell me you got at least 16. 1, 5, 10, 15, 16. Oh, okay. You guys are going to think I counted as I did that, but I promise you I did not. Okay, so 16. The only reason I said that was 17 is kind of the average. I was really wanting 17, but I thought 60 would still be okay with how much amber we had in here, plus the amber control. So that's, yeah, that's a pretty good number. I like that. Yeah, so 19 amber, at least 8 amber control, 16 creatures is pretty good. I already talked a little bit about the combinations between the Mars and Dis houses. Let's see here. The board wipes are going to be nice. Even this sometimes can be a little bit of a board wipe if your opponent is able to control your board. You do only have 16 creatures, so Spike might be able to do a little bit of that. I really do think inside of Worlds Collide that big boards are going to kind of be the decks that start to take over a little bit. And a lot of those creatures have such a high power on them that even something like the Sanctum Guardian might not be able to take care of them. So having like the 2 taunts in here are pretty nice. You want to protect like the Dis Ambassador, the Harvester. The Strek would be nice to protect. Even just protecting these guys is really good. What's also interesting, besides like the unlocked gateways, there was a couple other ways to help control the board. You got the Potion of Invulnerability, so you can use your creatures to protect while not taking any damage in return. I believe there was, okay, yeah, Red Planet Ray Gun can help out. Soul Keeper, the Banish. So yeah, there's a couple of Mother Gun, a couple other ways you can help take care of that. Also, Hadros Wall is going to be pretty nice. Even on a later turn when we have to drop down maybe a couple of these smaller creatures, it's not too bad because they at least have the +2 power now being on the flank. The Mind Warper. As a matter of fact, yeah, having the Hadros Wall is pretty good. That might help us take care of some of the Saurians I was worried about. And turning Barrister Joy into a 7 power, that's pretty solid. But yeah, so it has actually really good board control for all that. It also has an interesting number here, which is we have two artifact control in this deck. That's really good. You have the best one in the game, and this one might be a really close second simply because it stays out on the board. You get to play it at any time, it doesn't clog up your hand, and you get to just use it on a future turn. It doesn't matter what house you call, you don't even have to call Sanctum to use it. So that's actually pretty nice. I think this deck is really well poised to take care of big board decks and like Heart of the Forest decks. I think it's just going to take them down. Yeah, this deck feels really good. I don't think we could even ask to improve any particular thing because all the numbers are just really solid. And the extras it has are just top-notch. So the rating for this deck, I'm going to have to give it a B+. It feels really good. It has a lot of very powerful combos, a lot of ways to generate some big amber. It might even be more than a B+. What do you guys think? Could this thing be viable for the Vault Tour? I think it's really close to that level. Might be one of those decks where you have to play it a bunch of times, learn the ins and the outs, but it does hit a lot of critical numbers for something like the Vault Tour. Alright guys, well thank you very much for watching my videos, and I'll see you next time.